What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to you guys with a quick video and to give y'all something to talk about today. And it's about Myles Turner, a guy that I said could be a star, a guy that has two-way potential as a rim protector, as a mobile defender, even a verticality defender, contesting and anchoring the defense, and still been able to stretch out the floor, knock down the mid range, pick and pop, pick and roll, because you can dump down to him, get an alley oop every once in a while, dump it off to him, get some backdoor cuts. And he can roll to the basket hard because he do have gravity. People know that that's one of the players that you have to stop. If you go against Indiana, you have to slow down Turner because he can light you up for 20 to 30 points if you don't guard him or respect him or even play him straight up. He's a guy that can blow past other centers. He has the athletic ability. He can post up, hit them the fadeaway. He stopped doing that, but he still has it in his repertoire. He just doesn't utilize the fadeaway jumper as much as he used to. Also, the guy has a lot of talent, and that's what I want to talk about today. Is Myles Turner in year 3? Is he a little disappointed? Because when he came out of college, he didn't get that much playing time in college. We still thought he was a top 20 pick. He ended up going in the top 20 to Indy. And then we seen him go from, okay, this guy has a little potential. He has a lot of versatility. I like this guy. He can be a potential star. Then he started starting. Then year 2, he ended up being a starter for the entire season. And that showed you how much he has improved, because the year before then he played 60 games, only started 30 of them, and now he starts the whole season and he's no longer a rookie. He knows the game, he knows how to prepare, he knows the lifestyle, he knows how they're going to guard him, he knows majority of the coach's game plan against him because he was able to play 30 games starting his first year. His second year was not a drastic improvement. He went from 10 points to 14 points. He averaged more rebounds. He averaged more assists. He got more blocks. He shot better from three. He shot better from the field. But he also got more shots, more opportunities. And the biggest thing is he got more minutes to show his talent, more minutes to make an impact on the game. And then we have this year, a year that I thought that Myles Turner would have the skill set to push his skills to the limit. And the only reason why I say that is because once they traded Paul George, they needed a guy to step up. They needed a guy to make plays and knock down shots. Even though they got Sabonis, even though they had Victor, I still thought that Myles Turner probably would be the best player on that team because Victor never averaged 20 points a game, and he never been a dominant player even when he was in Orlando. And he was a sidekick that didn't even get that many touches in OKC, so I didn't really know what to expect from Victor. And he's having an outstanding season this year with the Pacers, and Victor and Demonis is having a fantastic season because he's actually getting chances to play and make an impact on the game and playing his game in general. So he's having fun playing basketball again, and that's good to see. But the person I'm disappointed in is Myles Turner, because like I said, when Paul George got traded, I expected big things from Myles Turner because he showed us a lot of talent. He showed us what he could do. And on top of that, once you see him play, you see the potential oozing out of him, and he just never has become nothing but more of a spot up jump shooter and a pick and pop guy and a pick and roll guy. But he hasn't been able to dominate games. He hasn't been able to take over games consistently, offensively or defensively. And honestly, when you look at his numbers this year, he averaging 14 points, which is down because he averaged 14.5. He's still averaging 2 blocks. He's still getting a 1 assist. He's still getting around the same rebounds. He's still getting around the same free throw percentage. He's shooting the three a little bit better. His field goal percentage went down a little bit. So he didn't make any drastic improvements at all going into his third season. He's playing damn near the same way he played last year, and that's disappointing because I've seen star potential just like a lot of other people. You don't draft somebody in the top 20 unless you feel like they're NBA ready or they have potential to be a star. And I feel like that was a steal where they had drafted Miles Turner at. They drafted him honestly at the 11th spot. He almost was a top 10 pick. So the guy had a bright future, and now he has a little bit of disappointment because now I'm not seeing him become a franchise guy. And next year he's going to be trying to fight for an extension, and he might not get the max dollars. He might not get the money he wants, but he hasn't played like it. They might still pay him anyway because they need a guy like Miles Turner. They might still pay him anyway because they still need stars. So most people don't want to go to Indy unless they draft them or trade for them. And most people don't look at Indy as a destination. This is where I want to go. This is where I want to play basketball. Most franchise players won't go to Indiana. They have to draft their players and try to keep them. And Miles Turner, even though he showed the potential, they might keep him and pay him some big money for potential and to keep him to stay because the guy is still talented and he still does have a lot of potential that's untapped. And if he can continue to work on his game and challenge himself, he got this guy. The sky is the limit for the guy. I thought he'd be up there with the Towns, the Joels, the DeMarcuses, and NAD because he has the same similar skill set as those guys. A guy that can put the ball on the floor, a guy that can knock down threes, knock down mid range, post up when need be, and still have the athletic ability. But he had more two-way potential, and he still hasn't really became an anchor either. I know he's averaging 2 blocks. I know that he's not a terrible defender, but he can be better, and he can be one of the best defensive players in the league if he really applied himself. The things he needs to work on is consistency. He needs to find some more ways to impact the game offensively because he basically marginalized and made his game very linear, and it has hurt his overall development because the less you do, the less type of ways you can score, the more you hinder yourself and become more guardable. Like I said, it's the Rondo effect. If you're not going to really try to score, if you're not going to really try to attack, then we're going to play off of you and basically double team on the people that really want to score. Victor Oladipo, he comes off screens looking to score. He gets the ball in his hand. He's looking to make plays and score. When I see Miles Turner, he looks like he just wants to be a team player. He looks like he just want to be another one of those guys. And I don't really see the hunger in him. I don't really see the fight in him. And I don't see him wanting the ball and wanting to make shots and wanting to dominate. And if you don't have that, the teammates not going to trust you. They're not going to give you the ball. They're not going to want to see you carry the team. They might see you every once in a while have a great game, but the best players does it on a nightly basis. You might have one bad game, but you bounce back. You might have a couple bad games in a month, but most of the time in the month you had a great month. And he's playing good enough to start right now. Miles Turner, he's playing good enough to start. He's a starter in this league, but he's not an all-star. He's not a superstar at this point, and he has to change his mindset. He has to change his game plan, and he has to learn how to destroy defenders and find a way like he did in college and in summer league. I want to post up and hit these jumpers. I want to knock down a couple threes. I want to knock down a couple mid-range. I want to get a couple tip-ins, a couple alley-oops, because he hasn't even really became a dominant rebounder either. I felt that he has the speed, he has the size, he has the length. Why is he not a double-digit rebounder? Why is he not getting more offensive rebounds? Why is he not getting more putbacks? Why is he not getting to the free throw line? Because he has a mismatch a lot at the power forward in the center position. Why is he not getting that many free throws? He hasn't really shot that many free throws in general in his career. His career high was last year at 3.7. Why is Miles Turner not getting more to the free throw line? And why is he not aggressive? And that's what I see in Victor. When Victor got traded, it seems like he's trying to prove that he's a great player. He's trying to prove that he's an all-star, and he's trying to prove that he can play and dominate the game. And he has been doing that this season. I don't see that in Miles Turner. I don't see him willingly trying to dominate. I don't see him willingly looking for the ball, and I don't really see the hunger and the fight in him to be that guy. I feel like Victor Oladipo done got traded to Indy, and he wants it more than anybody else on the team, and that's why you're getting the results that you're getting out of Victor compared to everybody else that's on the roster. So I got a question for you guys. Can Miles Turner become an all-star player? Can he become a franchise player? Do you think he can be a good rebounder? I mean, a great rebounder. Do you think he can ever become a dominant scorer? Or do you think he can be ever become a two-way player? He has the potential, but he has never put it together. And this is 3 years going on 4. And if he can't do it next year, he's going to lose out on a lot of money, or he's going to have to take a deal that he doesn't really want to take, or he might not be able to even agree to the terms of the contract because he hasn't shown that he's separate from the other guys on the roster. He seemed like another guy that's starting on the roster instead of being the person that you look forward to taking the team to another. He just don't look like a franchise or all-star player. He don't look like a franchise or all-star player at the end of the day, and he had the potential, and he still does, but he doesn't look like that, and he doesn't have it mentally either. So let me know what you guys think about Miles Turner. I'm still a fan. I still think he can turn it around. I still think he can. He still has a huge chance of becoming one because he's so young. Because he came into the league at a young age. He's only 21. By the end of the season, he'll be 22. So he still has a loads and lots of time to become and fill out his game and to become a star. But I want to know if you guys think he can become one, and do you think he can dominate a game, or do you think he can be a franchise all-star or even a two-way dominant player? And if you do, let me know in the comment section below. If you're on YouTube, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, if you're on YouTube, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. The link will be in the comment section and in the description below. Click the link, it sends you to my website. Click the link, it'll send you to my Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. And if you're on Twitter, check out my YouTube account and my Facebook account in my website, analysisplayground.com, and basketball analysis. Yeah, send you to the link if you click on the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today, and I honestly have a lot of love and respect for Turner, and I'm just a fan of him, and I'm a little disappointed how his career is turning out. He's becoming good enough to start, but he's not becoming an all-star or a dominant player. And I thought that I wanted to hear what you guys had to say, and I wanted to tell you guys what I think about him. And I feel like he has become a disappointment, especially the year that he had last year. He hasn't really changed that much going into the season this year, and that's disappointing to me.